Good afternoon, everyone. Maybe? Good afternoon, everyone. Ooh, I'm not going to whistle, but I can. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it needs up just a bit. Thank you all very much. My name is Leah Barrett, and I had the honor of being the president of Northeast Community College. It's so wonderful to see all of you here, and I just hate to break the wonderful conversation that I know is happening between our students and our donors. That's why we do this event, is to bring you two together so that we can celebrate this wonderful institution. I'm excited to share with you that April is Community College Month. And so you will get the opportunity, no matter where you live in the state, or if you live in Iowa or Kansas or South Dakota, you will hear about community colleges this month. We will talk about the wonderful things we do to make a difference in students' lives, and today you will hear the same. I love this event so much, and I better get on my script. I haven't even looked at it yet, so hopefully I don't repeat myself when we get to the main parts of the show. But this month is important, and we take this time to celebrate our students and to celebrate our donors. On behalf of the Board of Governors and our Foundation Board, our faculty and our staff, we're just so pleased you join us for this very special occasion. We're going to take some time to learn about our students' journey and their hopes for the future. It really is our time to say thank you. Thank you for your generosity and your commitment to support the learners of Northeast Nebraska, helping each of our students to reach their education and workforce goals. Several important people are with us this afternoon. First, and most importantly, our scholarship donors and the representatives. We are so humbled by your generosity. Your support will impact generations of students in the years to come. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Let's give our donors a round of applause. So next, let's recognize our scholarship recipients. So for that group, I would like all of our scholarship recipients to stand up, please. Thank you all very much. You can go back to your desserts. We know that you have proven how deserving you are, and we're honored to play a role in helping you fulfill your educational dreams. The most of today's program is really hearing from our students. But first, I'd like to make a few recognitions. What I'd ask now is members of our Board of Governors, will you please stand so you can be recognized? We have Jean Regal. Just why don't y'all stand so I don't miss anyone? I saw Steve Anderson, Jeff Shear, Donovan Ellis, and Del Ames. Thank you all for what you do for Northeast. I would also like to thank our Foundation Board members. If you would please stand. There's a lot more of them here than our board members. So let's get them standing up. These folks are dedicated individuals that just spent the morning together at their quarterly board meeting, and they work diligently to make sure that we continue to increase the scholarship, the number of recipients, as well as the size of the scholarship. So thank you all very much. They dedicate much of their time and energy to the success of Northeast, so thank you very much. And so now I am excited to start this program introducing our students. As part of the Northeast family, we hear these remarkable stories every day, each and every day. Students aspire to attend Northeast, and many times, through no fault of their own, they run into roadblocks in achieving those dreams. Factors such as family and job commitments often prevent some of our students from having the financial resources necessary to attain their degree or degrees, which really sets them up for success in their lives. However, people such as you, our donors, help make these dreams come true. And today we're going to hear from 4 students about their journeys before, during, and their dreams after Northeast. The stories are moving and inspiring. Each student recipient in this room has their own unique story, and I wish we could hear from all of you today. But we chose these 4 students to represent you and to hear their stories. We'll just get a glimpse into the impact that you donors have made in these students' lives. So first, I'm going to recognize Daisy Mora of Norfolk. She began her journey with Northeast in 2012. Today, she's a proud Northeast graduate and current student at Wayne State College. Daisy is the recipient of 2 Northeast Foundation scholarships, the Chapter HUPEO Scholarship and the American Association for Women in Community Colleges Scholarship. So please welcome to the stage, Daisy Mora.
Good afternoon. Firstly, I am incredibly honored to be here with you all. Thank you so much once again for having me here today. For the ones that do not know me, my name is Daisy Mora. I live in Norfolk, Nebraska since the age of 5. My journey started back in 2012 when my younger self decided to pursue a career in nursing. At that time, I had just graduated from high school the year before and was working double shifts multiple times a week to be able to provide for my 1-year-old boy. Not knowing what my future had in store for me, I decided to enroll in classes at Northeast Community College. At that time of enrollment, I did not know what the future had for me. At the time of enrollment, I did not have scholarships or financial assistance from family. To be honest, I was very young and just wasn't familiar with scholarships. It was during this time that I knew I had to put in double work to be able to afford school and provide for my 1-year-old son. It didn't last long before I realized that there was no way that I could be a mom, working double shifts, and being a full-time student. It was at this time that I realized that work was overpowering my education, and shortly after, I decided to withdraw from all classes. Withdrawing from classes due to financial difficulties was a hard swallow for me. I was disappointed with the outcome. I felt as if I had no other choice but to put my education aside. I knew this was not an easy decision, but also couldn't rely on my own family as they themselves had their own financial struggles. Coming from a Hispanic family, it was hard for me to reach out and ask for help, knowing that education was never the first choice that was offered to me. I knew that if I was to ask for financial help from my family, I would be told to immediately stop going to school and start working more. I knew my family would have loved to help if the funds were available, but growing up, money was an issue. Although my parents worked very hard to be able to provide us with a great life, there was just not enough funds to afford college, especially since there were 7 of us. For the past years, I always thought about returning to college, but financially knew there was no way that I could return without having financial struggles. I knew what I wanted, and I didn't know exactly how I was going to be able to accomplish my dream until I heard about scholarships. I immediately had high hopes after applying for a scholarship through the Northeast Community College website. I wasn't sure what the future had for me and didn't know if I was going to be given the gracious opportunity, but deep inside, I knew that it was going to work out. The last 2 years of college has been better than ever. I was able to focus on my classes instead of trying to figure out how my classes would be paid for. Because of scholarships, I was able to graduate with my associate's degree in business December of 2022. I can pridefully say that because of scholarships, I was able to accomplish being in the honor list all 4 semesters of my college career at Northeast Community College. As of right now, I am furthering my education at Wayne State College. I am currently seeking a bachelor's degree in business with a concentration in human resources. I want you to know that I take my education very serious and will continue to work hard to accomplish my dream. Thank you once again for the support and the generosity.
Thank you, Daisy. That was great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Daisy, and thanks for coming back and joining us and fulfilling your educational dreams. I want to take a minute before I introduce the next individual to speak, and we need to thank one more very important group in the room. And so what I would like is for our faculty and staff to please stand up and stay standing up for just a moment. So these individuals in the room choose to work at Northeast. They choose to work at Northeast because they know that they make a difference as they serve as mentors, as guides, as resource providers to our students. So I'm going to ask you to give them one more round of applause before they sit down. Thank you. Scholarship support instills a sense of belonging and motivation. You keep students moving forward to not only better their lives, like we heard from Daisy, but the lives of family members and loved ones that are so important to them. The financial commitment of scholarships, regardless of the amount, means so much to our students. It is more than a contribution. It is truly an investment in human capital that will translate into increased workforce numbers in our 20-county service area. It's an investment in our families. It's an investment in our future. The number of scholarships Northeast has awarded continues to increase annually, but hasn't kept up with the full needs of our current and prospective students. In fact, the number of applicants continues to exceed the number of scholarships we can award. In 2021-22, for example, our financial aid office received more than 800 online applications. We were able to fund 526 scholarship awards. For the current 22-23 academic year, we saw an increase to 1,106 applications. So to our donors, your gifts are changing lives, whether it's $5, $100, or $1 million. Every single gift matters. Each one is reflected in the desire to support the success of our community and our entire 20-county region. Over the past year, we are proud to say we established 18 new scholarships and increased the average award from $895 to $974. We still have much to work on. The average financial aid gap for our students is $2,800. These scholarships are not just a recruitment tool that aids students who may otherwise not be able to attend Northeast. The assistance that you provide goes beyond the tuition, the fees, and the books. It provides support to our students in the areas of housing, the tools they need to learn in their classrooms, and much, much more. The financial support can lift burdens, which can allow some of our students to see increased involvement in our organizations, our clubs, our ways to network with our employers to help them to reach those workforce goals. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker this afternoon, and that is Jaden Weber. Jaden is a sophomore studying structural drafting. Her Northeast experience is an example of how scholarship can increase her involvement in the clubs and organizations, which helps her to get that employment. Come on up, Jaden. She is the recipient of the Northeast Community College Faculty Association Student Excellence Scholarship. Let's welcome Jaden to the podium. It's so good to see you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jaden Weber, and I am a sophomore at Northeast studying structural drafting. I would like to start off by thanking all the scholarship donors for being here today and for your generous support of all of these scholarship recipients. I grew up right here in Norfolk, Nebraska, with Northeast Community College just up the street from me, but I never realized what amazing opportunities Northeast had to offer. During high school, I was introduced to drafting, and I just fell in love with it. After 4 years in the drafting academy, I knew I had to take my passion for drafting and turn it into a career. So that's when I started looking for colleges that would help me do just that. Northeast was a top choice of mine, and after doing a campus tour, I knew this was the right school for me. The advanced technology in my drafting program was amazing, but it was really the student life and the clubs on campus that pulled me in. Something you should know about my experience at Northeast is that I live on campus. With me living in Norfolk and then also going to school in Norfolk, I knew living on campus wouldn't really be a feasible option. My parents weren't able to help me pay for college due to medical expenses, and I didn't want to graduate with a bunch of student loans, so I was going to stay home for a couple more years, but my parents still urged me to think about living on campus. I was only going to college for 2 years, so why not make it a full college experience? The only thing stopping me was the money. I filled out as many scholarships as I could and waited for recipient announcements. It was thanks to your generous donations that I was able to spend both of my years on campus, and I have loved every minute of it. Was it a necessity? Maybe not, but my time on campus has pushed me to join clubs like Student Activity Council, participate in intramural sports, and have great times with people I wouldn't have met while living off campus. I've made some amazing memories, but I've also grown personally as well. And as much as I enjoy standing in front of you today, and believe it or not, I am, 2 years ago, I would have never agreed to do something like this. During my campus tour, I signed up for Student Activity Council, or SAC, and I did not know what I got myself into. During my, SAC is a club that puts on activities for all the Northeast students on campus. We have a minimum of one activity per week that we are set up and help run. Being on the SAC team requires me to put aside my fears and be part of a team, and at times that even means taking on leadership roles, something I never did in high school. This program definitely keeps me on my toes, but it has also developed confidence and leadership skills in me that I didn't know I had. These are all things I truly believe I would have not gained nor experienced without these scholarships. In May, I will graduate with a degree in structural drafting. In my 2 years at Northeast, I was not only taking classes, but I was also being prepared for my next steps after college. Through the required summer internship, I gained knowledge on what real-world drafting career could look like, and I was introduced to a variety of drafting businesses that I would have after graduation. Because of this, I will graduate with more than one job offer on the table. Whatever I decide to do, I know that my time at Northeast has prepared me for the workforce through a great education program. I am honored that I got selected to speak here today, and I hope I showed you that my college experience, as well as many others like me, would have been completely different if not for these Northeast Foundation scholarships. Once again, I would like to give a huge thank you to the Northeast Foundation scholarship donors. Thank you.
I know I would have loved to have multiple job offers when I graduated. So congratulations on that, Jaden, and we do wish you all the best. In December 2021, Northeast Community College received news that it was about to receive the largest single gift in the institution's history, $15 million from Mackenzie Scott. This support allowed us to create the Student Success Endowment. You may recall from the 2022 Scholarship Luncheon that we shared the full story of how Northeast was selected and notified of this gift. This year, we wish to share with you more about how the funds are being used. The Student Success Endowment creates pathways for all people in our 20-county service area. It is allowing us to engage underrepresented and underserved students more effectively in our communities by providing scholarships for many people who may not otherwise be able to attend college. One of these programs is called the College Access Scholarship. For 2022-23, this scholarship was designed to assist first-generation students with financial need and no previous degree. Recipients of the College Access Scholarship must participate in the College Success Program, which includes required meetings with an academic advisor and focused on career development, financial literacy, and earning acceptable grades. The scholarship is a renewable 2-year award if the student is making satisfactory academic progress. Our goal at Northeast is to assist all students so they may achieve a successful post-secondary education regardless of their financial situation. Support through the Student Success Endowment is making this possible. Today we are joined by one of those scholarship recipients, Nasia Zod. Nasia, where are you? Why don't you go ahead and come on up? She is one of our many students who is uncertain of what their college journey will look like or if it was even possible. So, Nasia, we're excited to hear your story and tell us about your experience.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nasia Zahn, and I'm a first-year student in the auto body program. I was born in a hippie commune in California, but my family moved to Nebraska about 8 to 9 years ago. Moved here to Nebraska about 8 to 9 years ago to Atkinson, a small town not too far from here. We moved to Nebraska to get away from all the violence, crime, and forest fires that often spread rapidly, destroying people's homes and communities. After a 2008 wildfire that destroyed much of Northern California, including my family's home, as well as the nearby schools and businesses, me and my siblings' education was put on hold for a few years while we worked to rebuild our community. My mom, being severely dyslexic, never enjoyed school and had some bad experiences with it, so education wasn't important to my family at all. My mother decided that even though being dyslexic and only having about a third grade reading level throughout the majority of her life, she did not want any of her 12 children to go through the same pain as she did while in school, so she homeschooled us. She never went to college as she views it as stupid and a waste of time and money, so growing up I'd only ever heard bad things about college. And I was also told by many people that I could never go anywhere in life because I was homeschooled, and that someone cannot get accepted into college without what they call a real high school education. None of my other family had gone to college either, so it was a totally unknown thing to me. And even though I loved learning and enjoyed school, I never planned to go to college. When I was about 15, my family bought a bus, a big 40-foot long yellow school bus, and converted it into a tiny house, mobile home type thing. We traveled all over the United States in it, and I loved it. I loved seeing all the people and all the beautiful places. And so my life plan was to get a motorcycle, travel all over the world, and be a tattoo artist. But when my family and I were in a campground in Oklahoma, we were having some engine troubles, and I was put in charge of replacing the spark plugs and coils on the bus. I had lots of fun, and this is when I decided I thought I wanted to be a mechanic, and so I started about thinking to attend college or trade school. I did some Googling because Google knows everything, and I found a community college in the town my brother lived in that had a 9-month automotive technology course for high school students. I convinced my mom and stepfather to stay in Oklahoma for a while I attended the program, but then me, being a very stubborn and argumentative person, got into an argument with my stepfather and I got kicked out. So my college dream went out the window and it was back to the motorcycle dream. I went back to Nebraska to live with my beautiful grandma, who I love so much, even though she drives me absolutely crazy sometimes. I got a job and started saving up for my motorcycle, but then I got bored, so I got another job, and then another job. I didn't tell my grandma what I was saving up for because she hates motorcycles and tattoos. In her words, having a motorcycle isn't like inviting death over for dinner, and when he gets there, you decide to let him move in. After living with my grandma for a while, I started switching up my living situations between two of my magnificent older sisters, who have always supported my crazy plans and dreams and have been a very big motivation for me to attend college. They don't see the point in school, and they personally would never attend school, but they told me that they would help me any way they could, and for that I will always be thankful because that's a big reason what got me here today. I was still unsure whether or not I could even get accepted into college if I decided I wanted to go, so I did some Googling, and Northeast came up, so I did all the application paperwork I could figure out how to, and then I went on with my life not expecting anything to become of it. Not long after that, though, I received a letter saying that I was accepted into the automotive technology program, and I was super excited. I took a campus tour, I got a cool free t-shirt, and I did a whole bunch of paperwork, and I took the ACT test, which was very stressful for me because I was super terrified of people. I still am, but it's a little bit better now. About a week or two before registration, while I was working on my car, I decided I did not really enjoy mechanical work at all, and it was more annoying than it was fun, and that I was more interested in doing an art major. Now, you may be confused because I said I was in auto body, but then talked about mechanics and now art, so you can probably tell I was super confused and had no idea what I wanted to do. Because of this, I almost decided not to go to college. It was just a big hassle. My mom wasn't helping me a lot, and I just was really doubting myself. But thankfully, with the help of my sisters, I decided that I would do auto body because it's basically cars and art mixed together, and those are two things I loved. I changed my dream once again to being one of the top female auto body technicians, and I wanted to learn custom painting. So I contacted the college, and they were super helpful, and they helped me get registered for the right course. I'm so thankful for the wonderful staff here that helps us to chase our dreams and makes the entire process easier for us and for making the campus feel like home. Northeast has helped me to believe in myself more and believe that I can actually succeed. Since I've been here at Northeast, I have become a lot more confident and outgoing. I've made lots of friends and connections, and I feel like I finally belong somewhere for the first time in a long time. My story of success has started here, and thanks to the generosity of the scholarship donors, it has been a much easier journey than it would have been without them. Thanks to the scholarship I received, I can focus more on my schoolwork and grades instead of working to pay for my education. I want to thank all the Northeast teachers, all two that make the students feel welcome and give us the help that we need. I want to give a special thanks to Tom Hoyle, and Dave Baudet. They have been such a wonderful help in my journey so far. When entering the program, I was terrified. I knew nothing about auto body, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to like it. And not only that, but I'm also the only female in the program, so I was worried that I wouldn't fit in and that my teachers may not like me because some people believe that girls should not be allowed in industries like this. This was also my first school experience, so I was lost. But thankfully, Tom and Dave have welcomed me into the program and have treated me with such kindness, and they continuously help me to overcome my fear of people and to help me be confident in my work. And they are patient with me, even though I can be somewhat of a slow learner and get very distracted very easily. I will always be thankful for them, their kindness, generosity, and patience. And with all the help I received and lots of time spent doing homework and sitting, I was even able to make it onto the president's list last semester. I want to thank all the scholarship donors and their generosity that has and will continue to help so many people to succeed and to achieve their dreams. I'm honored to be a recipient of this scholarship, and I'm so thankful for the opportunities this has given me. My goals are finally in reach, and I hope that one day I will be able to help students to achieve their goals in the same way that you all are helping us here today.
Nusisha, that was absolutely beautiful. I don't know if I believe her that she's nervous about being around people. That was just absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. As she talked about, scholarships really help to grow our workforce. We know that 87% of our 2022 graduates are employed, live, work, and even pay taxes here in Nebraska. Of the graduates who are employed in Nebraska, 52% of them choose to live and work within our 20-county service area. And 99% of our graduates are either employed or continuing their education. This is exactly why your assistance as a donor is critical to the success of Northeast Community College and the students and the learners that we serve. Your generous contributions help establish the pathways our students will take as they plan the roadmap for the rest of their lives. You are among individuals who understand the value of putting your contributions to work for our region and our students. Our final speaker is a recent December 2022 nursing graduate. He is one of the many graduates mentioned previously who continues to live and work within our 20-county service area. Daryl Lambert of Wayne is the recipient of the Desai Family Scholarship, the Northeast Community College Phi Theta Kappa Tau Chi Chapter Scholarship, and the Northeast Nebraska Public Power District Scholarship. Please welcome to the stage Daryl Lambert.
I want to first thank you for being here today and for giving me the honor to speak to all of you. As it was mentioned, my name is Daryl. I'm from Wayne, Nebraska. And if you would have asked me 10 years ago if I would be standing here today, I would have probably told you no. Before I can explain where I am and my plans for the future, I must tell you where I began. I have faced several challenges, trials, and tribulations throughout my life, and my journey has not been an easy one. Everything I have gone through and every situation that I have faced in my life has made me into the man I am today. Many of the challenges which I've faced has led me to become a medical professional. Witnessing domestic violence in my home as a child was a challenge I faced that no child should ever witness. While an awful experience, everything in life that we face is a lesson, and God will never give us anything that we cannot handle. It was not until I was older I finally realized what I had learned from this experience. I believe this experience helped teach me to be caring, compassionate, and empathetic, which are all traits every nurse should have. Looking back on it now, this was the beginning of my journey to becoming a medical professional. When I was 16, I was able to finally start doing something I felt called to do. I believe God has a purpose for us all, and we may not know what that purpose is, but when we say yes to our calling and find that purpose, we feel complete. I said yes to public service and became a firefighter in Maryland and loved serving my community. Being able to be a part of something bigger than myself felt amazing. Selflessly answering the calls at all hours of the night and day, helping those in their worst moments completed me. This was my first taste of the healthcare system, and from that moment on, I realized that this was something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Not long after I joined the fire department, tragedy struck the nation. The World Trade Centers fell, and my life took a whole different turn. I still wanted to help, but I wanted to help on a more global level, so I put my hold on my dreams of working in healthcare and enlisted in the United States Army at the age of 19 so that I could help fight the war on terrorism. I served 7 years active duty, 30 months were spent in Iraq, and while serving on active duty prior to deployment, I continued my volunteer firefighting and EMS in Texas. I was deployed twice between October of 2006 and January of 2010. And after I returned home in 2010, I decided that in 2012 I would not re-enlist, and I would go to school and pick up from where I left off. Unfortunately, no one tells you how hard it is to reintegrate into civilization after being in the service with the scars of war fresh in your mind. When a person is deployed, your life back in the United States moves on without you, while your life is paused. You come home and things are not the same as you left them. Visions of what you have seen haunt you at night, and it takes everything in you to shut them out so that you can sleep. I really struggled for a long time after coming home from Iraq, coped with my problems in an unhealthy way, and suffered from alcoholism. Instead of seeking help, I turned to the bottle because momentarily all my problems would be fixed. In the end, the problems were still there. This was one of the biggest challenges I had ever faced, and I was at rock bottom and did not know if I would ever resurface. I knew that this was not the place I wanted to be, but only I could fix it. I felt as if my life was over and that I would never be able to enjoy the life that I wanted or dreamed of. It took several years for me to recover from my condition, and I am living proof that the past does not define you. It is what you learn and do from the past that determines one's future. After recovery, I decided that I was going to turn my life around and become who I was meant to be. Along the way, I met my wife, Jessica, who is my world and has been by my side every step of the way. I worked construction for some time prior to changing career paths, and in 2016, I decided I was finally in a place where I could go to school again. I was nervous because I was never a good student in high school and was afraid that I was not smart enough to complete a college-level course. In 2016, I chose Northeast Community College to start my healthcare educational journey. I attended an EMT class for 2 semesters and obtained my EMT license in the summer of 2017. And this was a great accomplishment to me because of where I've been and what I have gone through. I have worked as an EMT since 2017, both on a rescue squad or on transport service or in an emergency room. I finally felt happy again and finally enjoyed what I was doing. Serving my country and my community have been some of my greatest accomplishments, and I have learned so much about myself over the course of the journey, which made it very easy to choose my major and in choosing Northeast Community College to continue my educational career and to become a nurse. After much self-reflection on my past and working as an EMT for the Wayne Volunteer Fire Department and at Providence Medical Center in Wayne, I learned that I wanted to advance in my medical career and either become a paramedic or a nurse. With the love and support of my wife and family, in 2020, I chose to begin my nursing journey at Northeast Community College. I chose the nursing program at Northeast Community College because I loved their small class sizes, their curriculum, the small town feeling of the campus, and I was able to obtain my diploma in practical nursing before obtaining my RN and to work as an LPN to gain experience. Starting college in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic added a new challenge on top of being a non-traditional student, going back to school at the age of 35, working part-time and maintaining a household while trying to start a family. Not only did I have to relearn how to study, but I also had to learn how to complete educational courses online. While this was challenging, I was able to successfully complete all my general education classes and starting the nursing program in the fall of 2021. The nursing program is not for everyone, and without support from family and friends, in my opinion, it is almost next to near impossible. There are long hours of studying, many hours spent away from home, and normal everyday tasks must be put aside in order to complete the program. For me, my family is everything, and without their love and support and understanding of the sacrifices that I would have to take in order to provide a better life for my wife and children, I do not think that I would be standing here today. Nursing school is not easy, and every day is scheduled, whether it be a class, clinicals, tests, or studying. Every part of the 2 years is scheduled. When an event takes place that throws a wrench in the schedule, one must adapt and overcome these challenges and continue forward. In April of 2022, just before graduation, my wife and I received a phone call to become emergency foster parents to a set of twin boys. While hesitant to do so because of the rigors of nursing school and the uncertainty of foster parenting because we had never fostered before, we decided that because we had been trying for children for the past 5 years and these boys deserved a better life, we said yes. Saying yes to this new and exciting challenge was one of the best things I have ever decided to do. Even with this new challenge and the continued support of my wife and family, long nights and many hours spent away from home, in the summer of 2022, I once again achieved a great accomplishment and obtained my diploma of practical nursing, as well as my license, and currently work as an LPN and an EMT for Providence Medical Center. In the fall of 2022, I started my RN program with Northeast Community College, and I'm currently almost done with this program, and have stayed on the president's list for all semesters. We still have the twins and found out we were pregnant in August of last year, and just recently had our baby girl, Catherine, on January 25th, which is another challenge, but one of the best challenges I am fortunate to have. So not only am I a non-traditional student, but I went from having no kids to 3 kids in less than a year, and I am having to figure out their schedules and how to be a good father to 3 amazing children on top of going to nursing school. My family is why I continue to work hard and make something of myself in order to provide for them a life that I was not able to have growing up. Without the support of my family and several generous scholarship donors, I would not be living out my dream of being a healthcare professional and being able to provide that life to my family. I want to personally thank the Dr. Jagamahan and Desai family, Northeast Nebraska Public Power District, Northeast Phi Theta Kappa Chapter, and the United States Veterans Administration for providing me the scholarships and the tuition assistance that I required in order to make my dreams come true of being a nurse and providing continued health care in my rural community. One of the things that held me back from going to school for so long was the fear of not being able to afford school. With the help of scholarships and tuition assistance, those worries were taken away, and instead of focusing on how I was going to afford school, I was able to focus on learning so that I could be the best nurse that I could be. It is so amazing that there are donors out there that want to help support the start, continuation, or advancement of education for students that need assistance. Your continued dedication to this institution of learning means the world to me and my family, and I thank you for believing in me and awarding me the scholarships I received. Not only have you helped support my current educational goals, but these scholarships have helped me to be a full-time student and has laid the course for my future. While attending Northeast Community College and going to nursing school, the question of where do I go from here has been a constant one. After completion of my first year of nursing school, I was asked to become a tutor for pathophysiology, in which I would help teach and educate fellow nursing students to assist them in achieving their greatest potential. This really opened my eyes and has shown me that not only do I want to be a bedside nurse, but I want to be a nurse educator as well. I do not want to only teach the material, but I want to teach every nurse that all nurses, regardless of gender, color, or religion, can be a great nurse in any department or role. As a student, we learn of healthcare ethics and how diverse our patient population is, and that we must deliver quality, evidence-based care equally to all patients. While we are taught about the different adversities our patients must face, no one really prepares a male nurse for the adversities that he may face. While discrimination has been around for a long time in many industries against people of color, ethnicities, and genders, I never experienced it until I became a male nurse. Being told that we will not hire you because you're a male really struck me to my core, and from that moment on, I also realized that I wanted to be a nurse educator and educate all nurses that the term nurse should not have a stigma of only females should be nurses and treat certain populations. I want to pave a way for all nurses to incorporate systemic change to the healthcare system in order to not only deliver quality and equal treatment to our patients, but to allow all nurses, regardless of their differences, to be able to deliver this care. By choosing to not have nurses employed at a facility in specific departments based on physical characteristics, we are robbing our patients of great nursing care that could be rendered by these nurses. While this being said, my goals for the future are to graduate from Northeast Community College with my associate's degree in nursing and then continuing at Methodist College in Omaha to acquire my master's degree as a nurse educator. I want to stay local and continue to serve my community and not only work in a critical access hospital in Wayne as a nurse, but would also like to hopefully one day return to Northeast Community College to be an instructor so that I can help form the minds of our future nurses. Taking care of people is one of the most important aspects of life. There is no greater honor than helping those in need in the darkest hours of those who are sick heal. Holding the hand of a patient who is dying, praying for them and their loved ones is a moment in life that I will forever cherish. After seeing so much death in my life, seeing and assisting in birth and helping bring a new life into this world is truly a miracle, and the feeling of being a part of that is remarkable. Every single one of my patients, regardless of their condition or disease, is a person, and I deliver individualized care to each and every one of them. They are not a number or the disease or condition in which they are admitted for. They are people with names, feelings, and opinions which I value and take very personally. From this day to my last, I will continue to render quality care to every single one of my patients. The late Robin Williams stated in the movie Patch Adams, "You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you, you will always win." This quote has stuck with me since the first time I heard it, and it's how I deliver my nursing care. I want to thank you all for allowing me to tell you my story and for coming today. Again, thank you to all scholarship donors who helped me support my dream, the faculty and staff who helped me to achieve the knowledge I need to be the nurse I am today, and my family and friends for supporting me and being there for me always. Thank you.
Those stories are so inspirational, and so I would ask you we're going to give a round of applause to Daisy, to Daryl, to Nuxia, and to Jaden. So thank you very much. And before I turn this over to our Vice President of Development and External Affairs, I want to give a big shout out to the team of the Development Office and External Affairs. So for those of you that work in this area, if you would please stand up so we can say thank you very much for a wonderful afternoon. So Dr. Cruzy, will you please come to the stage?
What inspirational stories. I can't say enough to all of you who support our students and the work that you do, faculty and staff, each and every day to support them. It means a lot. We are changing lives. And that was definitely evident by the stories you heard today. So thank you for being here. Before we close, I'd like to share some more information about becoming a benefactor. We describe a benefactor as a person who gives often a monetary contribution in the form of an endowment to help a cause. There are special people who are charitable patrons supporting our deserving students through endowed scholarships and planned giving. At Northeast Community College, we have several of those leaders who are with us today. Your contributions not only impact the individual, but the greater community at large. Northeast has established the Founders Society to celebrate and thank those individuals who share in the college's dedication to the success of the students and the region it serves. There are many ways to establish this legacy. You can leave a portion of your estate in your will, or you can name the college as a beneficiary to a portion of your IRA or insurance policy. People at all income levels can participate in a planned gift. If you currently provide an annual scholarship, this may be a way of establishing an endowed scholarship to ensure your family's legacy continues into perpetuity. It is often a way to make a lasting gift that may be hard to do so while you're alive. Through your scholarships, you are touching our students' lives. By joining the Founders Society, you can make a lasting impact even after you are gone. That way, you can impact students' lives forever. Your scholarship not only impact the individual, but the greater community. Your contributions greatly assist our students so they may pursue their goals and dreams, as well as make this community a better place to live. We are grateful for your generosity. If you are interested in leaving a legacy, please pick up a Will's Planning Guide from the donor check-in table. There's also a QR code on the back of the program if you're interested in donating today. Foundation staff members are also available should you want to start any of those conversations. Thank you again for making an impact on our students' lives. We are grateful for your generosity. We are so appreciative that you've been here with us today to listen to those stories. For those of you who haven't seen our campus for a while, we'd also like to invite you to take a tour with us. If you have some time this afternoon, we've got a bus. We're able to take some people with us. We'll meet right outside this front door here. Please feel free to join us if you're able. With that, I'd like to say again, thank you for coming. You can leave your name tags at the table as you leave. We'll recycle those, but we appreciate your time today, and thank you for being here. Safe travels.